number of issues, a number of questions, answers to some difficult questions, but most importantly, give everybody here and at home a chance to ask those questions. The conversation is online, so please do feel free. #GEJ And of course, you can also tweet at us and we'll give you all the information you need when we get to that part of the session. At this junction, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the convener of this event, a man and his team who have single-handedly put all of this together, and their vision and drive is one that is enviable, is one that a lot of young Nigerians wish to do, but sometimes are incapacitated to do so. But somehow he has put it together, and we're all here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Caro Agono.
Good evening. Nigeria is moving forward, and I insist GEJ wins it. I am a perennial optimist, and tonight I bring you a message of hope, faith, and love. Love for country and the desire to see the birth of the world's most desirable nation to live in. Consequently, I've requested the pleasure and company of my friends from around the country to join me in celebrating perhaps the most successful president in the history of Nigeria. Thank you. As a people, we are diverse, innovative, and resilient. We have endured sundry assaults, but we're still standing. The Nigerian spirit is focused and unbreakable. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. So today I charge everyone watching and listening, let us unite. From the rich oil Niger Delta to the semi-arid Sahel of northern Nigeria, let us unite. From the commercial city of Lagos to Benue, the food basket of the nation, let us unite. From the port city of Calabar to the Borno Emirate, let us unite. Let's change the conversation from the belligerents, from the intolerance and violence that have pervaded the network highway, and let's enthrone a politics of ideas, a politics of conscience devoid of bickering and hate. We may differ in our choices, but we remain brothers and sisters. Yes, we are not where we want to be, but surely we are not where we used to be. And Nigeria is changing under the purposeful leadership of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. There are those who have said that the president has done nothing. My response is saying that is equal to saying that the female cadets at the Nigerian Defense Academy for the first time in our nation's history, or the Federal University of Petroleum Resources (FRU) in Delta State, is a figment of my imagination. And that's mere politics. We have to emulate Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, who acknowledges the achievements of the incumbent, but say we can do more, which is the mantra of President Goodluck Jonathan. I was told that excuses are the tools of the incompetent, which are monuments to nothingness and build bridges to nowhere. Those who specialize in them seldom amount to anything. So tonight, I offer no excuses. So let the record show that the greatest infrastructural development ever witnessed in Nigeria is happening as we speak, and Goodluck Jonathan is the able steward of that positive change. Let the record also show that the greatest agricultural revolution since the Granos pyramids has happened in this administration, and Goodluck Jonathan is moving Nigeria forward. Let the record also show that the most definitive effort to restore electricity to our homes and businesses across Nigeria has been undertaken by this administration, and I insist that Goodluck Jonathan is moving Nigeria forward. To all the young people watching me from around the country, our freedom of expression, especially on social media, is a very beautiful thing. And because we have a leader who is not intimidated by opposing views, our rise to the top is guaranteed. And Goodluck Jonathan certainly is moving Nigeria forward. Some have asked me why I decided to convene this roundtable conference, and my response is this. There was a narrative being peddled, especially on social media, that bothered me. That narrative was, if you support the opposition, you had greater intellectual capacity, you were more patriotic, and you were cool. Whereas if you support the incumbent, you had been paid, you were uncool, intellectually deficient, and totally compromised. The The problem with that narrative was a lot of the leaders, a lot of the leading young people supporting the opposition, they are my friends. I mean, they are my personal friends. So instead of talking to them individually, I decided, why not put something for the world to see and show them a way that they are completely wrong. Tonight, I expect the conversation to be robust, succinct, and cerebral. I believe Africa is rising and Nigeria is moving forward. God bless you. God bless President Goodluck Jonathan, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Carol. Ladies and gentlemen, GEJ Wins It is the official Twitter handle of this event. So if you're online or at home and you have your questions, please do feel free to tweet at us. And of course, the hashtag also is GEJ Wins It. At this point, to deliver the first keynote address, I'd like to welcome a man who is no stranger to, well, serving the country, in the person of the Secretary to the Government, Senator Ayim Pius Ayim.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am told I have 10 minutes. I'll be brief, but certainly my task is difficult. I am also told that I am expected to focus on the broad policy objectives of President Goodluck administration. And that is because so much has been said about the tangible achievements of this administration, but so little is being said about the policy objective that produced the tangible results. So tonight, in order that we have a balance, I will try to present the broad policy objective of this government, and I will try to get us to the understanding why the government worked the way it has worked. And for proper appreciation of the policy objectives of President Goodluck Jonathan's administration, I think it's important and indeed critical that I bring you into the personality makeup of Mr. President, so that you'll be able to understand how he thinks. In other words, I should be able to bring you into his thought pattern, so that when you see him behave, you will understand why he behaves that way. Many people had asked me, what ordinarily should be the vision of Mr. President for Nigeria? Some had also asked me, what are the legacies Mr. President would want to leave behind? Some had also asked me in at various times, how does he think? And I think tonight, it is a singular opportunity of mine to answer these questions in one swap. And I think to do so, I will start by getting us to the understanding about his political philosophy. And for the event of tonight, for want of time, I will just highlight two. One, I take a quote from James Freeman Clark, a 19th century American clergy, who said, a politician thinks about the next election, but a statesman thinks of the next generation. I therefore make bold to say that President Goodluck Jonathan is not working to be remembered as a politician. He passionately utilizes the opportunities of his presidency to serve his country as a statesman. You can agree with me that if his concerns are for the next election, his use of power, indeed his governance style, would have been different. I am proud to say that the concern of Mr. President is the next generation of Nigerians. This explains his political disposition, his economic calculations, and indeed his social targets. And I want us to understand that at no time is Mr. President worried about whether he should be re-elected or not. But at all times he's concerned about the future of this country.